So these are perfect applications where they're in basements, they're in mezzanines, they're really old, and the risk of having to repair that stuff and keep it going along can create so many other problems that, when you're looking at doing these kind of systems, that retrofits should be on the front burner of those conversations, to add redundancy, to add safety, to add a lot of continuity to a building, not even counting the energy efficiency that they would get when you're talking about doing a large scale system in a university campus build. So outside of lighting and things like that, HVAC is the biggest user of energy. So if you can start to combine some of that stuff in your retrofits to not only lower your maintenance costs, but also to improve your efficiency, there's a lot of benefits for a university with that much conditioned space. And that risk versus reward situation always comes up. When you're talking about a lot of these systems, they're going to have to replace it anyway. And a lot of those times when they're looking at kicking that can down the road, they can keep limping the system along, limping it along, keep moving it forward. And one of the stories that I remember most fondly is, I won't even say the university's name. I've told the story to a lot of people before, but it's a very prominent university in a western state that the double width, double ended blower threw a blade off. It was a 42-inch blower, an old 6Cs Champion blower. And the maintenance crew could not find somebody to rebuild it, couldn't find a replacement part handy. So what they did was weld that blade back into place and then completely turn that system back on. And they didn't do it at a reduced capacity. So inevitably, anybody who's listening to the story knows that after about 3 days, it ended up throwing the blade, the weld snapped, threw the blade outside the housing. Thankfully, it was in a concrete room, threw it away from the coil, thank goodness. It hit the ceiling, took a chunk out of the ceiling, and then snapped the shaft, which was a custom built 5.5-inch shaft that was going to take anywhere from about 46 weeks to build a new one. And then there was about 30 grand just for the shaft, not even counting all the other stuff they had to rebuild.